Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Isaiah Mueller. I'm the director of The Adventures of Garey, and I'm also the voice of Garey. So this episode is the second in the series. It's entitled Life on the Road. Um, as you can see in the beginning here, I use the Pursuit of Happiness soundtrack. A lot of people online gave me some crap about it. Be like, "Oh, you're copying John C.J.G. because he uses the song and I used it too, and screw you, Isaiah, you suck." And it's just like I never really understood. It's just a song. It's like Jesus. So yeah, it's well, he copied off of the director of Pursuit of Happiness. So take that, interwebs, you guys, as I shake my fist in my room. Anyway. So yeah, I wanted to really do an on the road montage in the series for a while, and there's going to be a couple of them because the I guess the main idea of this show is it's a road trip. It's his adventures on the road, and there's going to be flicks and flings along the way, and different characters pop in and out, and it's what I was really interested in doing. Some people asked me why I used a puppet. I don't know. I didn't want to use myself. I think if Garey was an actual person, I would take away all the charm and everything from the show. Um, so this scene, and this show is actually a lot highly influenced by the Muppets, as you can see, obviously puppets, but as the way I chose to like move the character, like if you look at him when he walks, he's very bobbed up and down, as kind of the Muppets tend to do in the show. He gets abducted, which is a big turning point in the show, and there's this actually one of the things I regret with this show is that we actually things moved really fast with this show. I wish I would have took my time going back and redoing it. I would have waited for him to meet Stryker, maybe save that for like the last couple episodes in the season, and then kind of saving that for season 2. But you know, it's whatever. I kind of went in too early with it, and yeah, I regret that. But you know, gotta keep moving on with your mistakes and keep going. So yeah, that was episode 2. Hope you dug it. I'll be back for episode 3. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Isaiah Mueller. I am the director of The Adventures of Garey, and I am also the voice of Garey and many other characters in the show, including the new ones that pop up, in case you didn't see that episode yet, which wouldn't make sense if you're watching the commentary. But in case you didn't, there's new characters that I introduce, and I do the voices of them as well. So basically, this is the 4th episode. No, it's not right. 3rd episode, sorry. God, I don't even know my own show. Entitled Hilarity Ensues. This is when Garey gets abducted by Stryker, the deranged child that lives in a basement, and I actually came up with the idea from watching Weeds, which is one of my favorite shows right now. In case you didn't know what it is, it's Showtime's new, well, not new, it's been running for like 7 years now, so Jesus. So it's about basically the pot dealing mom that gets involved with a bunch of shady drug dealers, and I'm not going to go into detail, that's their show, not mine. So yeah, basically this was influenced by it. So Stryker came up with the idea from actually listening to a lot of people online playing Xbox, and so as you know, if you played any games like Halo, Reach, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, any of those games, you have like those online gaming trolls that are just probably sitting in their rooms while their mom is making them grilled cheese sandwiches and whatnot, and they built this whole reality over video games, and they're deranged in their own little way. So yeah, I kind of got the idea from them and ran with it. And so the idea of him being obsessed with the 50s and the Red Scare was just because I'm just interested in that time period. Social studies had a great deal, big part in that, I mean. So yeah, he's kind of deranged, Red Scare, kind of almost like in his mind he's the Captain America of the situation. So Garey discovers that he's going to be killed. He has to do something about it, and so he he gets out of the the ropes pretty quickly. Record time, as people pointed out. He gets out of them pretty quickly. Gary's resourceful. Um, so yeah, he gets out. He flees. He's fleeing the basement, as it were. Um, this episode was a lot of fun because it just kind of felt like, well, I liked it. Try not to brag about myself, but it kind of felt like the show you got drop kicked into another show. I felt, well, now this is like a prison escape film, and last episode was an on the road film, and the first episode was kind of like just, setting everybody up, and him getting ready to flee, getting ready to start his big road trip, and this really felt like prison escape. um, you know, it's just, getting out of there, which I thought was pretty cool. So I got Time Bomb by Beck. I think it just felt right for this episode. Again, I wanted that sense of like you're being drop kicked into another show, and so a song that starts out very heavy, like "Go suck a headphone." Oh god, that's a horrible impression. Go suck a headphone. It just felt right for the show. So yeah, that was episode 3. Hope you guys dug it. I'll be back with episode 4. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Isaiah Mueller. I am the director of The Adventures of Garey, and I'm also the voice of Garey and many other characters in the show. This episode, I think, is probably my favorite that I've done so far, just because it feels very... I hate to say this because it kind of sounds like I'm bragging about myself. It just, for me, it felt epic. He's finally leaving Stryker's basement, and it's the end of one story subplot and moving into another one, and the show's going to do that a lot because it's an on the road show. It's episodic, so things are, subplots are going to move very quickly. Gary's going to be strung along on this big road trip adventure, which I really dug. So yeah, this is the final confrontation with Stryker. And the music, I kind of like how the music swells. This is gonna be a big orgy fest for me. Just like, I really like how he did this, and I like how he did that, and aren't I amazing? And I'm not trying to be like that, but I don't know. I dug this episode. I thought it was a good length too. One of my personal problems was that the other episodes were a bit short. I know the second episode was very short, and hopefully I'll never go back to doing an episode of that length again. I'm gonna try to drag it out a little bit more in the script wise. So yeah, this is my little brother Matthew. I thought he did pretty good as a deranged little online Xbox freak that's kicked out of his guild and he doesn't really know what to do. I forgot to tell you guys what the name of this episode was. It's A Boy in His Guild, which, I just explained. He's a boy, and he has a guild, and he got kicked out. I'm so clever, because I named it after that. So yeah, I like this part. It feels very epic. It feels, you're going out right here, right now. The music's swelling, everything's happening. I like this shot right here coming up. It's too late, Garey. And then everything kind of turns south and record scratch, which... When I watch other movies, I always cringe whenever there's a record scratch in a flick, which of course I, went against my own rule and did it. And that was my mom, by the way, who volunteered to be in the episode. So Garey, he's off again, and that's the end of that story plot, that sub-story. He's moving on to another one. There he goes. He's making his way. And I wanted to make a statement that this was the next day because it seemed a lot happened in that day. We're making an on the road show, not an episode of 24. Like, if you think about it, that was all one day that he was in the basement and he was on the road, and so I just wanted to make a difference. I mean a distinction rather. So he finds the box, he walks up to it. This is when we introduce the new group of characters, Alien and Predator, which was actually an idea I had for another story that was going to be like a little mini web series that was going to be like 1 minute a piece, and it was gonna have Alien and Predator just, a little back and forth thing, like they were roommates and they didn't get along. But then I decided to say, what the hell, I'll throw them into this show series, and maybe in the future I'll give them a little spin-off, because I don't know, I like doing these guys. I like doing the voice of Alien. It gives me a chance to really be over the top and hopefully not offensive to anybody. Although I don't think there's going to be a group of gays that are watching this and going, "Hey, you don't talk like that at all." Uh, no, but yeah, I like doing these guys. They're fun to do. Predator, I had the idea to make him Canadian, and Alien just always seemed really gay to me. I'm just kidding. Alien, I used him because, Alien's one of my very favorite movies of all time. So I'm a big Ridley Scott, James Cameron, the first two ones. Those were epic. So yeah, I decided to use Alien Predator because, I dug them. And I absolutely hated the Alien vs. Predator movies. I thought they were god-awful. This turned into a rant. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. Those guys are going to be strung along in their own little subplot, and we're going to see how long that takes them. And, we're getting close to the end of the season. I've decided I think I'm going to do about 6 episodes a season. I know that seems short, but, what the hell. So yeah, that was The Adventures of Garey, episode 4 of Boyna's Guild. Episode 5's coming soon. Even though I haven't written it yet, I'm a bit of a procrastinator when it gets to the middle half. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm Isaiah Mueller, and I'll catch you in episode 5. See ya.